Hey everyone, I've been getting quite a few questions on my Attitude goggles, so today I'm going to take a few minutes and try to answer some of those questions. Let's get into it. To start, these are just the regular old Fatshark Attitude V4 goggles that came out a few months ago. I recently upgraded to these on Black Friday from the Attitude V3 goggles, mostly because I wanted the DVR and they do have a slightly larger field of view. Also, I think the picture is a little bit clearer in the goggles themselves, so that's always awesome. As you can see, I have quite a few things going on here that help make my goggles unique. Let's get into some of those items and hopefully it'll help you guys set up your goggles as well. Let's start by taking a look at the battery. The battery that I'm currently running is the Fatshark case for the 18650s. And if I get this opened up, inside I have two 3000 milliamp 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries, and these guys just pop right into the old case. But they do last much longer than the standard Fatshark batteries. So the largest battery you can usually get for the Fatshark, at least the Fatshark branded battery, is 1800 milliamps. So that battery is about half the size of these. 3000 milliamps I can go for days without having to charge or replace these batteries. I do carry a couple extra batteries with me, just in case if I'm out and about and the batteries die, I've got something to fall back on. So that's my batteries on my case. Probably one of the most important items on your goggles is going to be the strap itself. This here is the HotDogFPV 1.5 inch happy medium wide strap. I can't say enough good things about these guys. This strap is super comfortable, it stays on your head, and the best part is you don't need any additional gadgets or gizmos in order to get your battery to stay in here. I've seen people put up a lot of posts about how they're using rubber bands, they're using battery straps. I too was guilty of putting the battery strap on here until they sent me out this strap, and I've had no need to do anything additional to get my battery to stay in there. So that's pretty awesome. If you guys are totally fed up with your battery falling out and you're running it in your lap or in your pocket, check these guys out, because for a few dollars you can get a strap that's way better than anything else that's on the market, and it's going to do its job. As we continue, let's take a look at the antennas. This is the regular old Immersion RC patch antenna. I believe this is the 8 dBi antenna. Let's get it out of the way so we can see as we go in a little deeper here. So again, just regular old Immersion RC patch antenna. A lot of people run these, very popular, and it's a good size too. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it works well, so that's why I run it. My circular antenna is a Farview Pagoda. I like these things because the performance, well, is really good. I would actually even say the performance is phenomenal on these. They work well, they're light, and they're durable. I also run these antennas on my quads because they're a fraction of the price of the TBS Triumph antennas, and I actually think they perform a little bit better. So you guys might want to check these out. Again, Farview, awesome company. So before we get into the real good stuff, I have installed on these the Fatshark goggle foam from NewBeeDrone. This stuff is a huge improvement and upgrade over the stock Fatshark foam. I have absolutely no complaints about this. It is supposed to last longer, but I can tell you that over time they are going to start breaking down and they're going to need replacing. It is more expensive than the stock foam, but I think it's worth it just for the comfort alone. I think, well, I'm guessing on this, but my guess is I'm probably going to end up replacing this foam about 2 or 3 times a year, as opposed to maybe once a month using the stock Fatshark foam. It's very common for the stock Fatshark foam to separate. At least for me, it starts to separate around the nose, and then it starts getting into the eye cups, and it gets annoying. It just bunches up, and it gets in your face, and it's distracting when you're trying to fly. So at least these guys, they help avoid that altogether without having the additional foam and everything else on there. So again, this is the NewBeeDrone Fatshark goggle foam. It's their standard foam. It'll fit the Dominators. It'll fit just about all Fatshark goggles. So the real magic, and I promise you guys, this isn't voodoo. I have the FuriousFPV True D version 3.6 module installed into these goggles. And as you can see, it fits really nice. This is what I've been asked about by far the most. Everyone wants to know, how did this go in here? Did I have to cut? What kind of modifications are involved? How difficult is it to work with? How hard is it to get it in the goggles? And I'm going to tell you, it's a piece of cake. You order the module, you remove the factory one, and this one literally just snaps right in there. There's no cutting, there's no filing, there's no drilling. And this module fits both in the V3 goggles and the V4 goggles with absolutely no modification. However, there's one small catch. You need to make sure that you buy the module that comes with the correct cover. They also make this cover for the Dominator goggles as well. So if you have the regular Dominators or the HD Dominators, that goggle is wider, and the cover they give you is not going to fit on the Attitudes. So you need to make sure that you get the kit that comes with the Attitude cover, and I promise it's just going to snap right into your goggles, and now you're going to have diversity provided by probably one of the better modules on the market. And probably the last thing I want to mention is the reason that I use the Attitude goggles versus the Dominators is because the Dominator goggles just simply don't fit me and they don't work out well. When I put the Dominators on, it literally looks like everything that I'm seeing as if I'm drunk. Unfortunately on those, I have a very narrow face and I can't get the IPD narrow enough to really be able to see through them. So it really looks like I'm cross-eyed, everything is blurry, and I just simply can't fly with those goggles. I did purchase them in the past. I was really hoping they would work out, and they just simply don't work for me. So that's why I'm staying with the Attitudes for now, and I've been happy with these. I think the field of view is good, the performance is reasonable, and honestly, I've never really used the HD V3s because of those reasons, so truthfully, I'm not really missing anything. That's about it for my Attitudes. Hopefully this video will help answer some questions on my goggles and why I'm doing things the way I am with them. And hopefully you guys will see that there's really no magic behind these. All these parts are readily available and they just stick on there with ease. I recently signed up for Instagram at Derek and his drone. If you guys haven't done so already, please check me out there. You might want to follow me. You're going to get some behind the scenes things, what's going on, some sneak peeks. Other than that, click all the things, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I love it when you guys do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.